All right, well, the plan for today was to open talking about Biden's $2 trillion infrastructure proposal as the Democrats' drunken spending begins to spin completely out of control. But it seemed irresponsible to lead with concerns about America's fiscal future when it appears that the fabric of this nation we love is unraveling before our very eyes. Now, yesterday, a madman armed with a knife rammed a car into a barricade on the Senate side of the Capitol. When the dust had settled, the suspect was dead, one officer was injured, and another, Officer William Billy Evans, had been killed. He leaves behind a loving family and years of fond memories from colleagues forged over 18 years of service to our nation as a member of the Capitol Police. And yet today, I'm sure many of you know much more about the man who murdered Officer Evans than you do about the man who gave his life to keep this nation safe. He leaves behind two children whose lives will never be the same, the trajectory of their life forever altered. But this media-driven world that we have built, it cares little for their pain. Their focus has been on how this American tragedy can be woven into political gold. Before the family of Officer Evans had even been notified of his death, the media was already laying plans to return permanent fencing and increase National Guard deployments to the exterior of the People's House. Before the name and motivations of the attacker were known, the world was already wildly speculating about what kind of person committed the act and what kind of politics that person might have preferred. It's the disgusting reality of where we are today, but if we're being honest, these types of uninformed ruminations are a direct result of the fact that the media and their 24/7 poisonous drip has primed us to habitually prejudge our neighbors and vilify any and everyone who disagrees with us. We should be having a conversation about the pain and isolation that led this disturbed man to the gates of American power. The mental health nightmare facing Americans of all walks of life, made worse still by lockdown policies in the midst of a global pandemic. We should be talking about how the media's never-ending assault on all things police led this man, and many others, by the way, to feel justified enough in their outrage to bring death to the doorstep of individuals who sign up to run towards the danger on our behalf. And if the media believes that the words of President Trump make him personally responsible for the actions at the Capitol on January 6th, what is their culpability for weaponizing the grievances that led a man to murder a Capitol police officer on April 2nd? Why are the media's words exempt from the same strict scrutiny they reserve for all of us? Now, to be clear, the actions of yesterday's attacker are his and his alone. If I am to sit here and preach personal accountability in the good times, we must abide by that same standard in times of tragedy as well. But with the eyes of the world shifting quickly to Minnesota, as we await the outcome of the trial for Derek Chauvin in the death of George Floyd, a conversation about repairing the breach between those who enforce the law and those in need of protection can no longer wait. We have entrusted the media to help lead these critical conversations about what kind of world we want to build, about how we endeavor to treat our neighbors. But with that trust should come responsibility. And the time has come for we, the people, to hold the media our Constitution protects accountable for using those protections as a veil to poison our more perfect union.